just give me 5 minutes out of your time to solve this question on chemical combination. And it says the atomic number of elements X and Y are 20 and 17. So we have two elements. The first one is X, while the second element is Y. So with atomic number of 20 and 17 respectively. So which shows that the atomic number of the first element equal to 20, while the atomic number of the second element equal to 17. So and the question says, which of the following compound is likely to be formed by the combination of the two elements? So which compound will be formed when the two elements combined together? So what is compound? Compound is the combination of two or more elements. When two or more elements are chemically combined together, a compound will be formed. So reaction between element X and element Y will give us a compound. So what type of compound will be formed? So let's proceed. So the first thing we need to do is to write their electronic configuration. We write the electronic configuration. So we should recall that the first shell, the first electronic shell. So this circle is an electronic shell. So the first shell is called K shell. It is called K shell. So the K shell will carry the maximum number of 2 electrons. It will not carry more than 2 electrons. So this dot represents an electron. These are electrons. So the next shell is called KL. This is L shell. So L will carry the maximum number of 8 electrons. Then after L we have M, then we have N. So we have KLMN shell. So K will carry the maximum number of 2 electrons. K will not take more than 2 electrons. While L, M and N shell will carry the maximum number of 8 electrons. If you don't complete one shell, you must not move to the next shell. So let's come back to this place. The atomic number of this element X is equal to 20 because this is an atom. So the atomic number equal to the number of electron in an atom, in a neutral atom. The atomic number equal to the number of electron. So let's write the electronic configuration of this element X. The first shell will carry 2. K shell will carry 2 out of 20 electrons, followed by L shell. L will carry the maximum number of 8 electrons. Then followed by M shell. Out of 20, M will carry 8. So 2 plus 8 plus 8 will give us 18. Out of 20 electrons, so it will remain 2. So the last shell will carry 2. So this last shell, that is this last electron, is called valence electron. Valence electrons. So this is valence electron. Then let's move to the second element. So what will be the electronic configuration of the second element? So it is having how many electrons? That is 7 electrons, which is equal to the atomic number. So the first shell will carry 2, which is K shell, will carry 2 out of 17, followed by the second shell will carry 8. So while the third shell will carry 7. So 2 plus 8 plus 7 equal to 17. So this is the valence electron for element Y. So we are going to write them in form of ion. So we need their valence. Now, those elements with 1, 2, and 3 valence electrons are positively charged. They are cations. So elements with 1, 2, and 3 valence electrons are positively charged. So we need their number of charges. So the elements with 5, 6, 7 are negatively charged. Elements with 5, 6, 7 valence electrons are negatively charged. So they are unstable. Why? Because they did not complete their what? Their outermost shell. Then they're supposed to complete that octet structure, which is 8 electrons. Now for this one, elements with 5 valence electron, we need 3 more electrons. This one we need 3 more electrons to complete that 8. So therefore the charge on it will be minus 3. Will be minus 3. So while elements with 6 valence electron, we need 2 more electrons. We need 2 more electrons to complete their octet structure. So this one, the charge on this one will be minus 2. Then elements with 7, we need 1 more electron to complete that octet structure, which is 8. So the charge on this one will be minus 1. So let's come back to the first one. So what will be the number of charge? What will be the number of charge for element X? So element X has what? The valence electron of 2. Then don't forget that those elements with 1, 2, and 3 valence electrons are positively charged. So the number of their valence electron is the number of their charge. Is the number of their charges. So the number of their valence electron is the number of their charges. So this one is having 2 valence electron. So the charge will be plus 2. The charge on it will be plus 2. So let's come to element Y. So what will be the charge on element Y? So this is the valence electron. So it needs 1 more to balance that octet structure, to balance that 8 electron. So the charge on it will be minus 1 because it needs 1 more to balance that octet structure. Now, let's write them in form of ion. So X now, to be an ion, it will now be X raised to power 2 plus. So this is not an atom anymore. This is an ion. This is what? X ion. So let's write Y in form of ion. So we are going to write this as Y. So the charge on it is minus 1. So that is Y minus. This minus means minus 1. So for the two of them to come together, they want to come together to form a compound. That will be X raised to power 2 plus and Y raised to power minus 1. So the number of charge, the number of their charges must neutralize each other. So for them to come together to form a compound, the number of charge must neutralize each other. So this plus 2 will not neutralize minus 1. The charge on this one is plus 2. The charge on this one is minus 1. So plus 2 will not cancel minus 1. So therefore, we are going to equalize the number of charges. So we are going to equalize the number of their charges. So therefore, this plus 2, I'm going to increase this side to be equal to minus 2. So I will multiply this side by 2. So minus 1 times 2 now will give me minus 2. So this one will be plus 2. So this one will now be minus 1 times 2 will now give me minus 2. So we have equalized the number of charges. So we have equalized their number of charges. So they can neutralize each other. So plus 2 we cancel minus 2. So since I've multiplied this charge by 2, I'm going to multiply this Y by 2. So plus 2 now we cancel minus 2. So what will be the product? So our compound will now be, how many X do we have? So forget about the number of charge now. So how many X do we have? That is only 1. So that's X. Then how many Y? We have 2Y. So XY2. So the compound formed is what? XY2. So what is the correct answer? That is option B. So the correct answer is B.